स्टडी IQ IAS, आपका सिलेक्शन हमारा मिशन।
हेलो दोस्तों, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आप सभी का स्टडी IQ के यूट्यूब चैनल पे। माय नेम इज चंदन शर्मा। आई एम योर फैकल्टी फॉर हिस्ट्री एंड करंट अफेयर्स हियर एट स्टडी IQ एंड इट्स अ वेरी जॉयस ओकेजन फॉर अस टुडे बिकॉज आज हमारे साथ कनेक्ट हुए हैं हमारे यूपीएससी सिविल सर्विस एग्जाम 2024 के वन ऑफ द रैंक होल्डर अक्षय राज। सो अक्षय, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका। आई वेलकम यू टू आवर प्लेटफॉर्म। हाउ इज द फीलिंग? फर्स्टली टेल मी दिस, हाउ आर यू फीलिंग currently? From aspirant to a selected candidate, what's the feeling?
I feel now currently great relief because it's a long, tedious process of 1 year. So preparing for the whole day for these days. So I think I am relaxing now currently. Rather than some people say that they are very much happy after getting selected. So rather than happiness, I am very relieved now. So I don't need to quickly go through the newspapers in the morning itself or sit for long hours. So I think I can enjoy in a more good manner. So that's the major thing.
So rather than the happiness, it's the relief that is kicking in.
Definitely.
And that is great. So you scored 641 rank this year, right? And this was your first attempt.
Yes.
So the first thing that our students and the young learners who might be targeting this year's exam or the next year, what they would want to know is that what strategy did you follow that allowed you to score the rank in your very first attempt? Because this is a very paining point for many aspirants, that they enter into a loop of repeated attempts and they sometimes believe that there is some kind of secret ingredient or a secret strategy that the first time aspirants who get selected, they follow. So is there any secret that we are unaware of? Please tell us.
I think a smart way of planning might be the secret of many of those people. Because rather than going for making this a long-term process, if you have to crack this in a very short time, we have to adopt some of the smartest strategies that has to be well planned before we consider joining for a course or the prelims course. So I had such a period before I joined a course for civil service. So I planned that I might be doing this and such things in this time, or I will I don't overflow or flood with materials from different institute. If you enter the market, we could get materials from n number of institute. So the first point was concise materials that needs to be revised multiple times. So I constrained my syllabus as much as possible, and I tried to make concise notes from the major books or major topics. So I understood within a month or two. I know actually most of the syllabus key points or the keywords. So whenever I read newspapers or read a topic or read a topus copy, I have that insight in my mind. This is there in the syllabus. So I should not go beyond that syllabus. So I should constrain my knowledge. So then only I can revise this uh, same topic multiple times. So the revision is the key for cracking this exam in the first time, and constrain the resources to minimum as possible. This might be my best strategy. And I will also say that you should prolong the spirit. So there's a famous quote by Lance Armstrong that never forget your beginner's spirit. So what efforts we have put forward in the first day should last till the last day. So I think that is a major strategy I have followed.
It's the consistency that would
Yes.
matter. Exactly. So, Akshay, like many students, what they feel is that if they try to make their resources concise, if they keep, a boundary, that within this boundary we have to revise the syllabus again and again, many students, they start getting a FOMO, fear of missing out. So, did you also face that kind of FOMO, and how did you manage that FOMO?
Initially, definitely, we are watching interviews from many people or many of our ecosystem or my peer group. They will be saying, I am referring such content, or I am watching that video. So they are saying that thing, or they are saying this thing. And if you watch or if you read a current affairs material, the next day other person will come and say, no, this is not good. That other material is good. So such things happen to me also. But I have thought only one thing: whether I should benefit from reading all these things, whether a question would come from that thing or this thing. So I thought about that. So finally, I found that when I read three books for one time, that won't benefit me. So I found out that reading one book for three times is better than reading three different books single time. So I had that keyword of revision in revise, revise, revise. So I maximally constrained and I applied this in the test series or the answer writing program. So I could score well with the limited resources. So I have experimented that, and in the you if you have fear, we can experiment the similar things in the test series or the test that comes in any institutes or via if self preparation during our answer writing or the prelim test series, we can implement that strategy. So that FOMO would get away if we plan that in that manner.
Very insightful, Akshay. Akshay, now I would want to know that since you are age 28 currently, so you started your preparation at
Yes,
age 26, 27, I guess.
yes, 26.
All right. And at that time, you were a serving doctor.
Yes.
And even doctor is something which is not easy to crack, not easy to get entrance in the medical colleges. So, what exactly motivated you to switch your career from medical line towards civil services?
Actually, during my college days, I have no intention to pursue a career in civil services.
Mhm,
But I thought of joining a PG and doing a specialty.
mhm,
So after completing the MBBS degree, I joined the national admission as a medical officer. So I had an opportunity to deal with the grassroots level people at the primary health center, and I had interactions with the people from the Panchayati Raj institutions. So how they are working together to have a better healthcare system. So I thought if I join the system as a bureaucrat or a civil servant, I could contribute more to policy making at a higher level. So by that, my service or the service area would be the landscape would be expanded much more. So if I could expand that my abilities and my managerial skills to further more people, I would think civil service would be a better option. So that I thought of changing my career path.
So you basically felt that civil services would be a much more satisfying job for you as far as service to the people is concerned, because
The
the
both were
impact. Mhm.
both was equally satisfying because
Okay.
while treating a patient also, if he or she get the relief from pain or the agony, I'm happy. But by civil service, if I'm contributing something to the policy, the same relief will be benefited by millions of people. So that
Mhm.
is sometimes more than satisfying, more benefiting for people. So I thought that even though satisfaction is same, but the number of people benefiting would be much more.
Very well said, Akshay. So, Akshay, now I would want to know that you started your preparation and it was your first attempt. You were able to crack it, and the key ingredient in that was that you tried to keep everything concise. Now, something in the syllabus is one such thing that it is a never-ending component, and that component is current affairs. So, can you tell some strategy for the young learners, young aspirants, that what they need to and how they need to manage their current affairs so that they are able to keep even the current affairs precise and they are able to manage it well and revise it well before the exam?
Yes, sir, definitely the boundary or the limits of current affairs is much larger than when compared to other keywords or key syllabus. So we should, first of all, we should admit that some things that we may not have studied might come in the prelims or mains. That is definite. We cannot predict all current affairs, all read all happenings that are happening in India or whether in the world. So that is some
Exactly.
basically revelation we should have before preparing for current affairs. So
Mhm.
I did the same strategy as concise materials. I read one newspaper, mainly I read Hindu. I took
Mhm.
around 45 minutes or 1 hour to read Hindu newspaper. And
Okay.
some important facts or examples that can be better utilized in ethics paper. The live
Mhm.
examples are much more rewarding than the conventional examples that we have studied from coaching institute material. So if we come across such examples, we can I have made an electronic e-notes because in the online form I have entered these examples in a according to the syllabus. So that was the revision material I used in the later phase in the mains. And I also referred to a single current affairs monthly magazine which is provided by our institute. So
Mhm.
that was also the to complement the newspaper reading. Sometimes we might miss some important things. So if whenever
Exactly.
we miss one thing in the newspaper, the same thing will be repeated in the magazine. So it is actually complementing our current affairs strategy. So this was strategy I followed.
That is good. And Akshay, can you tell me that many students they often believe that by reading one particular newspaper we would be able to crack the exam, and if we are not reading or if we are reading some other newspaper, that is going to create some trouble. So does choice of newspaper matters a lot in the examination process?
I don't think that matters a lot in the examination because as a person during my mains or prelim stage, I have read the Hindu newspaper. So during interview stage, since there's a
Akshay, we lost you.
tendency that
Can
many
you
of the
repeat?
interviewers might be.
We had lost your audio. Can you repeat the answer to that question again? I'm sorry.
Okay, it's okay, sir. So can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's audible now.
So I don't think there's a much difference in selecting a newspaper, either the Hindu or the Indian Express, which is commonly read. I have read both of them in different phases of my preparation. During my initial days, I have read the Hindu newspaper, and during the interview stage, I have referred to the Indian Express and just went through the Hindu newspaper. But I found that the news that happens are very similar. So the reporting
Hmm.
pattern might be different. So
Mhm.
there may be some priority given to some subjects. So
Mhm.
anyhow, we are following one newspaper and one monthly magazine. That is very enough. That's more than that would be asked in the original examination. So we should not go for 2 or 3 newspapers and actually not revising the notes we have prepared. So I think any of
Right.
them can be used.
So if we follow one newspaper and any one monthly magazine, a good one, so
Yes.
we should feel satisfied in that, that
Yes.
yes, we have done whatever is going to come, it's going to come from this only.
Yes, most of the questions would be tackled with this only. But the one thing is, we should try to revise the current affairs material before the prelims and mains also. That
Okay,
measure
so
another.
revision is going to be much more important than the reading itself.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So, Akshay, now I would want to know your opinion regarding, certain basic books like NCRTs. Many students, they feel that NCRTs are really crucial, which I feel they are. But sometimes what they do is they spend nearly 6 to 8 months in reading NCRTs only, which are very basic books. So, what is your take on that, and how did you use your NCRTs during the preparation? Because cracking this exam in the very first attempt, right? So it means that you prepared for this exam, you gave nearly 10 months to 12 months for the preparation, and then it was the examination process. So how did you use NCRT for your selection?
So I believe that NCERTs are very much important to have basic understanding about the main topics. I haven't read the whole NCERTs from 6 to 12. Some people will say that claim that we should read the whole NCERTs from 6 to 12. So I don't
Mhm.
think that that is necessary for as an aspirant to clear this exam in a short period of time. So whenever I take for example, if I take geography, if I directly take the 10th or 11th standard NCERT textbook, we may find, since I haven't studied that in my plus one or plus means in the higher secondary level, there might be some issues. So if we have some difficulty in a particular topic, so like if we can't understand the weather systems, if we directly read the plus one NCERT, we can go back and refer to the 6th or 7th geography textbook. So that will give a basic understanding. So that is not needed in every topics or every subjects. So sometimes history, for a history student, he or she might be knowing majority of the chronology or the major details of the happenings that have happened. So she or he might not need the 6th or the very early stage, all the NCRTs that might be needed.
Right.
So for every history, that sometimes history that is important. Some ancient
Mhm.
India or the our past are important from 6th to 10th. So for geography, I don't think that every textbooks are important. Or
Mhm.
sometimes UPSC may ask some basic questions like the in 2024 they have asked one simple question. So if one person is finding difficult to comprehend that 10 higher standards, we can go back and refer to them.
Okay, so basically it means that we have to be really selective and we
Yes,
have to focus on those concepts wherein we are finding any
yes,
difficulty.
difficult.
All right. And one more thing regarding CSAT. Like
Yes.
the CSAT is one such component which is not, added into the merit, but at the same time, it is very essential for you to crack the prelims exam. So, was there any strategy regarding CSAT? And how did you balance the GS and the CSAT part?
Actually, sometimes I believe that even though I have studied or cracked some of the toughest entrance examinations after 12th, I do see that was actually difficult for me. But sometimes people don't realize, so people don't accept that. Even I have
Mm.
seen that in 2023, some engineers from IIT failing in CSATs. So it was
Mm.
that situation is very pathetic. So we should identify it in an early stage whether I am comfortable with mathematics or the reasoning or the reading comprehension. But some people might be focusing only on the mathematics part or the reading comprehension part. So I don't think that might be a good strategy. So sometimes UPSC may put difficult questions from reading comprehension. So sometimes there may be very tough questions from mathematics parts or the logical reasoning. So we should have an adequate mix of both both three of these topics to be dealt within the examination in the few limited time. So we should have a basic skills. We don't need to study much higher topics that or higher problems that have been asked in the JEE mains or something like that. So we only need some basic understanding, and we would remove all our egos. Sometimes some question we may be very proficient in mathematics, and sometimes we don't get the answer in 1 or 2 minutes. So we should leave that question and jump to the next question. So our question might be the 70th or 71st question. So if we stick on to the second or third question and lose time, that might be a very bad situation.
That's actually a very fair point, because you might be getting one such set, let's say set C.
Yes.
It might be having the easier questions in the last lot. So what's important is that you have to ensure
Complete
that you go
yes.
through. Yeah,
Yes,
exactly. Exactly. That is a really useful insight, and I hope our young learners and aspirants who are going to write this year's exam, they get some benefit out of this particular strategy. And Akshay, your optional was anthropology, as you told me, and from medical line you switched to not only civil services, but within civil services you chose anthropology as your optional. Can you tell me what was the reason behind this change, and how did you adapt to this particular new subject?
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
So I couldn't get the last part of the question. Can you repeat the question?
What were the factors that motivated you to choose anthropology? And because it was a new subject, so how did you adapt yourself to its preparation?
So when I thought of taking an optional, I first think of medical science optional. And when I asked about many of my seniors who have written and qualified or whether failed in this examination with medical science, so most of them said that the test series or the coaching facilities or the ecosystem for preparing with such a subject will be difficult. So I thought I should select an optional which is having a better ecosystem to study, or the test series, or the some kind of concise syllabus. So I thought of mainly these factors: the syllabus, the ecosystem that we get, or the availability of materials, or the test series. So these are the factors that help me. And I also think that there are certain things or converging areas between medical science and anthropology. So there is some physical anthropology part which already I have studied in my MBBS part. So I need to study, even though it's around 25 or less than 30%, I should study other the humanities parts or part also, like the culture, society, family also. So for that, I took some mentorship and guidance. So with that, I managed to deal with optional with the same importance as GS, because sometimes people may feel that we can deal with this optional, especially in the 3 months after clearing prelims. So that may be a bad strategy, because optional is some of the key subjects which determines our rank or our score. It's around 500 marks out of that 1750. So I think we should revise or get a first reading done in the first part of the piece, that is before prelims. So after that we can improve our answer writing skills in the 3 months that are left after the prelims. So I think that are the factors I have helped me to qualify.
Great, great. And Akshay, can you tell us how Study IQ helped in your entire preparation? How were we useful for you, and how could we contribute to this journey of yours?
Basically, I joined the Studyiq platform after my selection in the mains, and I joined the interview guidance program. And there were WhatsApp groups created and group discussions going on. So I took part in some of the discussions, and there were insightful thoughts or perspectives given by different students from different parts of India regarding some current affairs, some news, or something that is happening that might have a high chance of being asked in the original board. So I have benefited from such perspectives, such ideas. And also I have seen some of the CSAT videos that has been uploaded in the Studyiq channel. So that too have helped me to qualify the CSAT papers.
So basically, the mentorship in the groups and the peer-to-peer learning, as you said, that
Yes.
helped you a lot. Really great. And any message, Akshay, that you would want to give to the aspirants who are aspiring this year and also the next year?
Sir, I think one thing I have realized during my journey is there may be different perspectives, different opinions set by toppers, some mentors, or some faculties. So we should identify which is our cup of tea or which strategy will work for us. So rather than copying a strategy from a topper or a mentor, we should devise our own strategy. So don't take blindly everything that is said by all others or the toppers. Take everything with a pinch of salt and tailor them according to our skills, abilities, and our necessities. So I think that may be a message I would like to give to the aspirants who are preparing for this year.
Great. And for the aspirants who are currently in college, and they are quite skeptical sometimes that whether we should start the preparation in the college itself or we should wait, complete our curriculum, and then after college we should begin the preparation. So, is there any message for them? Because you have an experience, you cracked the exam in the very first attempt, and it took you 10 months, right? 10 months of preparation, dedicated preparation.
Although
Right.
it's around 1 year. 1 year.
1 year, okay. So, do you have any message for the aspirants who are currently in college but they are aspiring for civil services?
Actually, they can do one thing. They have basic reading of the NCERT textbooks. So, since
Okay.
we need a continuous 1 year stretch for a better preparation of all these subjects, if we have some edge in the basic things, so the basic NCERTs, so that might help for them. Since I'm saying this because they have enough time, not for the learners who are attempting in the 1 year time period. So they can sometimes rate NCERTs within that 2 or 3 years, and they can also join a GS course or optional after they complete the graduation. So that might be one strategy. Another thing, they can join evening batches or the weekend batches in the coaching institute, or they can self prepare with a. But I think that there needs some mentoring or some kind of help, even though we are preparing self in the college, because there might be a lot of information or misinformation happening. So basically, we should tailor our. We have a proper planning in this month. Within this month, we should cover this much of NCERTs or something like that. And the college going people, they should also have an idea of current affairs. If they have an edge over current affairs or the especially the newspaper reading, so they might have an advantage, because sometimes people find it difficult to start the habit of newspaper reading in the college itself. They can start the habit, and that might be helpful in their actual preparation stage later.
Mhm. Very insightful, Akshay, and I'm very sure that our learners, our viewers, our aspirants are going to learn a lot of things through the discussion that we had with you. Once again, many, many congratulations and wishing you a wonderful life ahead. And hopefully, we will meet again after your foundation course in Labasna is done. So, best wishes, Akshay. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay. Thank you so much.
स्टडी IQ IAS, आपका सिलेक्शन हमारा मिशन।